Hey guys, so this is going to be part one of the three-part follow-up series regarding Microsoft CRM since training has happened. So wanted to go ahead and just review really quickly with you guys the ways to go ahead and add contacts in companies, adding contacts to an existing company, and kind of showing you the association process along with that. All of your screens are going to look something like this with all of the data out of compliance that is going to be taking place with people with no phone numbers, no industries, maybe not an email. You guys should have seen a really big difference in the number of the data out of compliance with no industry as we have officially changed that workflow over. So it should be taking place correctly from that industry entity that is right above the company when you guys add them. So we'll go ahead and go through that here in just a second. Again, want to really quickly review that top blue bar is going to be called your navigation bar. If you're looking at different dashboards, so this right here is called a dashboard. Anything with information on it that shows you what is working in the system a certain way is called a dashboard. This is a title right here, and these are going to be your list of system dashboards. So your activity in CRM, sales dashboards, all that good stuff. Some of that might not be set up just yet, so we will definitely be going over that further in the future. And always remember that can always customize what this looks like for you. So if you guys want to log in every day and see what activities you have scheduled for that day, I can always do that. If you go into sales and go into companies, I want to point out a few things here again. So once again, we're at the navigation bar at the top. We're under sales and we are under companies. So this is where you are in the system. Very important to keep in a reminder of. Again, this is our title. This drop down right here is going to be a view. So how it says system views at the top. So companies, your active companies is probably going to be one of the biggest ones that you guys use. And then of course active companies in general, which is going to list all the companies in the system. Your active companies are just going to list the ones that you are the owner of in the system. The other thing I want to point out here is going to be this search bar. So remember that one of our rules is going to be that you need to search for everything in the system before you enter it. You guys have been doing a really great job that if there is a duplicate, if you add someone's name twice or the company was already in there and then you add them again, you guys have been doing a really great job of emailing me the link so I can go in there and take care of that and delete one or the other or deactivate them. So as you guys can see right here, if I were to go through these, let's just say that I see that, if I were to go like looking for Belfour. Okay, the Belfour in Anaheim, California. So first of all, there is a duplicate, so I'll have to go ahead and merge those. But I see that they're already in the system because I can tell by, obviously, this is the company name, and here's the city and state that I'm looking for them in. If I click on that account, it brings me to this page, which is going to show me what type of industry they are, their company name, probably their office phone number is going to be right here. If I've had any activities, it's going to be right here in the middle with them, such as emails, phone calls, all that good stuff. Keep in mind that when you schedule any activities, they will be separate. So let's say if you and another salesman are sharing a company, your activities will come up here in the middle, but only you can see the activities of which you have completed. So if there's an email that's sent, no other salesman can see what that email says except for you, so if you're the owner on it. The other thing I want to point out, obviously sometimes they don't always have a primary contact, which is going to be listed right here at the top, but sometimes they might. And then if you want to add, so I want to add just a contact to this company that already exists in the system, I'm going to use this little plus sign over here. There are several companies in the system that have several contacts listed here, and you might not be able to see them all. So using this menu button here is going to go ahead and show you all of the contacts that are listed here. So it says obviously there's just one of one, but there could be upwards of 10 people here. A shortcut to get back to that company account page, or what we like to call form, is to click on the company at the top there in the title, and it's going to take you right back to that company's account. So there's a little shortcut for you guys, and that is how you add a contact to an already existing company. Obviously, if you wanted to go into companies and you search for them and they're not in the system, that's when you're going to go ahead and use that new button over in the corner. Now, keep in mind that once you open up that new file, if you're adding both a contact and a company to the system, you want to add the company first and then attach the contact from there. However, you cannot add a contact to a company that does not already exist in CRM. So like we talked about in training, you need to fill out the fields that have those red stars, asterisks next to them, which would also include the address down here that it'll make you fill out. Once all of that is in there, then you can go ahead and click Save, When you do that, you'll see that these titles at the top will change and they'll look a little bit differently, and that's when you can go ahead and add the contact. As you can see, there's not even a plus sign right here right now. You can't even add the contact until the company has been created in the system. So always remember that. Create the company first and then add contacts to that company from this screen. Go under the company's account and then click that little plus sign that will show up here once you have created it. Real quickly too, if you guys wanted to reassociate someone, I know this question has come up a lot. So let's say we're going to type in Annette's name, since she's still listed as Rapid Prep right here, and she's already in the system for another company, but we're going to go ahead and change that real quick. So I see Annette, and this is the person that, she doesn't work for this company anymore. Obviously, she has come over to the bright side of Dryco. So if you see, you do not want to click on here where it's actually underlined. Do not click, because what's going to happen is it'll bring up that company's record, and you don't necessarily want the company. You're just trying to change the company that she currently works for. So if you kind of click next to it where it turns blue, it kind of highlights it. You should be able to backspace, and you can go ahead and from there type in the company that she works for now. Obviously, you want to make sure that the one you're clicking on is the appropriate one. So I'm going to go ahead and click there. Oops, didn't save it. Let's go like this one more time. I'll click on the company, and then I can go ahead. Obviously, it says my industry type is missing, so I'm going to go ahead, which is interesting because industry type should be already on there. Oh, it was the email that I needed to probably. So I'm going to use test@drycogroup.com and go ahead and save that. Obviously, it's going to show me a duplicate because of that test email, but I'm just going to go ahead and overwrite it because I know that the test email is going to show up multiple times. The only time that you cannot reassociate a contact with a new company is if you are not the owner on it. Obviously, as a system administrator, I can go ahead and change those things, but if you are trying to reassociate or even change the address on a company's account, you cannot do that unless you are the owner on it. So you guys only have readability. You cannot write on any of these accounts. Now, as you'll see, we might have changed Jeanette's company name here, but her address for that company is still the old one. So unfortunately, that is a glitch in the system. If you would do us a favor and go ahead and just change that as you're reassociating people, it will be something that's changed in the future, whereas when you change the company here, the address will automatically populate with that new company's name. So that is called reassociating. If you guys have any further questions about how to add a contact or a company or how to associate them together, please go ahead and give me a call. Thanks.